What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So I've got a very short video for you today, but nonetheless I felt like I just had to do it because it's some pretty important news regarding Uncharted 4, which is of course the game I myself am looking forward to most, and I know a lot of people on my channel like to hear news about. So it's quite remarkable because it turns out that the release date for Uncharted 4 may actually be sooner than you all expected, including myself actually as well. So when Naughty Dog earlier this year announced that they would be delaying the game to spring 2016, everybody had been thinking about the months of April or May of 2016. That's what immediately kind of like pops into your head the moment they say the game releases in the spring. However, earlier this week Sony had a quick investors call, and for those of you who don't know what that is, they pretty much talk to the people that own a part of Sony, that own a part of PlayStation, people who have invested money into the company. They talk a bit about them, or to them, about, you know, what's still coming up for the brand, what's still coming up for the plans of PlayStation, because of course the people who put money into a company will want to know what exactly is going to happen with that, and you know, what exactly the plans are for the company moving forward in that year. So Sony announced that for the fiscal year of 2015, and once again it's a little complicated, the fiscal year doesn't necessarily end in December of 2015. No, the fiscal year of 2015 ends March 31st. That's what I think it's pretty regular among companies, that that's when their fiscal year ends. And Sony announced that Uncharted 4 is still a part of their plan for this same fiscal year, the fiscal year of 2015. What does this all in all mean? It means that they still plan for Uncharted 4 to come out before March 31st of this year. Now, to combine that pretty much with what Naughty Dog said quite literally about the release of Uncharted 4 being in the spring, it really only makes the sort of like release date kind of like schedule, it makes that a very small gap where it now seems like the game is gonna come out pretty much between March 21st and March 31st, because the 21st is when spring begins, the 31st is when the fiscal year ends. So all in all, it's a really small gap of only about 10 days in which Uncharted 4 has to be released, if we look at all of this quite literally. Of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that's actually going to happen. Maybe it turns out, you know, Uncharted 4 is not going to be released this same fiscal year, or maybe when Naughty Dog said spring, they might have as well just said like early of this year, because it's not even going to come out in spring. It might actually come out in the winter of 2016 still, so earlier in the year. All in all, what can I say about it? I think it's very exciting. I can only hope that the game is actually, you know, coming closer and closer, and that it's actually closer to us than what we originally expected. And as a final thing, of course, I'm looking forward so much to both Uncharted 4 and Mirror's Edge 2. And with Mirror's Edge 2 very recently by EA announced to be a Q1 game of 2016, it now seems like the release of both of those games is going to be so close to each other that I'm just like, yeah, I absolutely cannot wait to see both of these games coming out maybe within the same month or something. It seems very likely at this point. I have just no words for it. I cannot wait. These are the two games I've been wanting to, you know, to play ever since like 2008 and when Mirror's Edge came out, and 2011 when Uncharted 3 came out. Like, these are the two games I've most been looking forward to, and they're now finally going to come out within a super short period of each other. So with that being said, I would like to know from you, when do you think Uncharted 4 is coming out? Do you think it's going to be March, or is it actually going to be later? And with that being said, thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you again next time.